for tomorrow's election?
Well, it's all systems go, Leanne. We did speak to the IEC yesterday. We also spoke to members of the various observer missions that are here, and everyone seems to be happy with the organization. And the Zambians, being the peaceful people that they are, it doesn't look like there will be any surprises in the form of violence or that sort of thing.
So it seems to be a clear indication that obviously free and fair elections heading that way. In terms of election observers, are they happy at this point how things have played up towards tomorrow?
Well, very happy indeed. Certainly from the groups we spoke to yesterday, they were very happy. Some of them were at the rally that we attended yesterday, where the leader of the front runner from the opposition group was addressing his final rally. They were there, everything went peacefully. And on our way to that very rally, actually, we came across members of the Patriotic Front who were distributing pamphlets, mobilizing people for today's rally, where their leader, Edgar Lungu, will be speaking. They were happy, they were mixing. We saw them actually speaking to members of the other group, and they were all smiling and happy, and there was no animosity. It was all in the spirit of a good election. Of course, both camps trying to mobilize for their various presidential candidates. Leanne?
I'm busy having a look at some of the stories that are making news headlines, and there's a couple of things that need to be known about these elections, and one that's being reported is that after the recent deaths of two serving presidents, there have been calls for the 4 presidential candidates to undergo medical tests to prove that they are fit to hold office. Is this really a big concern and a major concern for the country going into these elections?
Well, there doesn't seem to be a great deal of concern, certainly among Zambians. The thinking here is that when you listen to people, these two front runners, because as much as there's close to 10 people vying for the post that is available, there's really 2 contenders, and that is Lungu and his main rival. But from what the Zambians are telling us, Mr. Lungu is going to pretty much continue from where his predecessor, Michael Sata, would have left. That's, of course, if he wins this election. On the other hand, if, for argument's sake, his contender, his main rival, was to win the election, there doesn't seem to be a great deal of apprehension that things will go horribly wrong. There are, of course, differences, although they remain subtle. On the one hand, you hear that most of it is really on the personalities. In other words, they seem to think that Mr. Lungu is a more sort of people's person, the sort of guy that people will find easy to talk to, whereas his rival, on the other hand, may be more sort of in touch with the more affluent. He's not really in touch with the masses in the same way that Lungu is. But even if he was to win, it doesn't look like Zambians are apprehensive. It doesn't seem that they feel they are going to lose. In other words, there isn't a great deal of a difference between the two candidates.
Okay, good. Vuyo Mvoko, thank you very much for updating us. We will talk to you once again during the program here on Morning Live. That's Vuyo Mvoko, our contributing editor, reporting live ahead of the Zambian elections tomorrow.